Flosstubers, good morning. It is Tuesday, September 27th, and this is a Flosstube about cross stitching and sometimes quilting and other crafty things, finishes, and so on. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hey, it's good to see you. If you've come back several times, well, golly gee, thanks. First thing I have to say is I cannot believe it, but I listened to Pam and Steph in, they have a Flosstube called Just Keep Stitching. And they have like over 15,000 subscribers, so it's a big deal. And they have a little section called Pam's Pinned Comments. I got Pam's pinned comment, so y'all need to go watch their latest episode. I think it was filmed maybe, had to be yesterday or the day before, so the 26th or 27th. And I'm excited. So yay, they gave me a shout out. Oh my gosh. So I'm fangirling and everything. It was in reference to crock pots and other such things. So it's good to see you. I need to drink coffee. I'm gonna drink my coffee. Nothing like a good cup of coffee in the morning. It's early. Oh, there's a picture of my, let me get it out of the, there's a picture of my grandson Buddy when he was first born and my husband holding him. So I had that put on a coffee cup. So here we go. Lots of stuff to talk about. It's early in the morning. It's like 5 something because we have a hurricane coming our way. I live in Central Florida in a little town called Eustis, and we're expecting a hurricane. I don't know, the rain will probably start tonight. And we really don't, you really can't plan too much. We're not on the coast, so we're not super afraid. We live way up on a hill, so flooding's not a problem, but wind always is. We have 28 oak trees in our yard, and we have kind of a pasture-ish front yard and lots of big trees. So you can pray that they stand upright. In the last hurricanes about 5 or 6 years ago, we lost some trees, and it's okay if we lose some trees. We just don't want them to fall on our structures. So prayers for everybody. How shall I start? I'm going to start with my finishes because, oh my goodness. And I just realized I have an FFO I got to go get. Hang on. I'm back. I have a new section in my channel called Fabulous Fun Friday Finishes or Fun Fabulous Friday Finishes, where I just show myself finishing some things. And this past Friday, I think I've done 2 now. I have 2 episodes in that, and I'd love for you to watch it if you want to learn how to finish things in a frugal manner. Oh my goodness, finish frugally. There's another name I could have named it. This is the first time I've been quite so close to the camera, so I'm a little uncomfortable, but now I know why people film so close, why some people film close. Because if you saw how messy everything was in here, I would be embarrassed. So that may be the reason why you don't see everything. I'm not proud though, I really am not. I'm so thirsty. So, fully finished objects. First, I have this. Yay! This is Sweet as Honey. It's a piece by Stitching with the Housewives. It's, I think, a tiered trade tidbit. It's one of the 2, tier tray, or there's another one. One is square, and the other one is rectangle. This is the square one. I left off some stuff, and I've talked about this before in my other videos, so I don't need to bother you with that. But anyway, I finished it like this. There you go. See how you can see through the fabric? That was a happy accident. I didn't like the fabric, and then I saw this laying near me, this piece of check stuff that I got at Joann's, and you can see through the fabric, and I kind of like that. So how to make something you really like out of something you weren't really sure about. Great pattern, great pattern. Didn't have a problem with the pattern. I changed some colors too. And then I finished this Old Crow Brew by Frothy I'll list it below. Old Crow Brew. I tea dyed that. That's Ada. I coffee tea dyed it. There's back. There's front. Little bow. Little buttons. So that's Old Crow. It's a little pillow that sits in on my Thanksgiving table. And then, I'm so proud of this. I think I finished this in my first episode of Fun Friday, Fabulous Fun Friday Finishes. So I'll have to stand back some with this one. There you go. This is a calendar crate. I think it's August by Stitching with the Housewives. So I bought this at the dollar store for $12 and just, you know, had these things around my house, stole them from other things. This was my, like maybe my second biggest piece that I'd ever done. I messed up so many times, but I don't care. I think it's beautiful and we all mess up. So there you go. I'll put that here so you can look at that while I'm talking. There we go. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, can't even see it. Oh well, that's okay. So those are my finishes. What else? I have, oh, here's another, oh, I had, those are the things I finished completely. Here are my finishes. I'm so excited. This is Sampler September. And I'm participating in Sampler September 2022 with the Colorado Stitcher. And it's not just her. I mean, lots of people are doing Sampler September, but I started on this sampler about, I don't know when. I am now keeping records, but I didn't used to keep records. So I'm pretty sure it was maybe last March or something, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I finished it. It's What Remains Is Love, Blackbird Designs. So here you go. I love it. So excited. I stitched on this like a fiend. I stitched on it so much one day that I had to stop because my hands were hurting. I know y'all have been there too. So here it is. I'll show you up close. My name is on there. Bottom, let's see. Here we go. This is my name right here, Kathy. And this is my husband's name, Tom. And then our marriage date is right there, 1983. I changed, I did the call for colors, but I moved the colors around. For instance, all of these little Smyrna crosses were supposed to all be this color. I made them 3 different colors throughout the border. What else? The bowl was not supposed to be the blue. I put the blue that was called for, which was Mountain Mist. I put that in the bowl. I changed some of the bird colors. Changed the peacock Smyrnas to different colors. There was a little too much of that gold in it, and I really liked the blue that was in it, so that's why I moved things around and used a lot of that Mountain Mist. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And those of you that haven't done samplers, oh my gosh. The thing that's good about samplers is that you feel very proud when you're done. This is my first one and I'm very proud. And this I'm gonna actually frame, but I'm gonna get my husband to cut the frame for me, find an antique frame. It's fun because you can pick it up and you can set it down for a month and you can pick it back up again and just do little sections, or you can go crazy and do it all at once, but I'll never do it all at once again. I mean, I didn't do it all at once, but I stitched on it almost every day forever. That got a little boring. So my next samplers, I'm just gonna pick them up like maybe 1 week a month or something like that. So I'm proud. One more time, because Blackbird Designs, What Remains. So happy, so happy. Oh, something else, what else did I change? This bottom border was supposed to be, I think, brick, used brick, and I made it that blue. So You can change things. It's okay to change things. People don't get mad. I'm off in a lot of places, and I've found that when I watch other people stitching samplers, that with so many stitches, you're bound to mess up. So I think very few people are perfect in their stitching, and that's okay. Oh my goodness, it's 5 in the morning. I need another drink of coffee. I have another finish. Woohoo! This is Matilda Sews by Chrissy at Finally a Farm Girl. Look at her. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. There we go. I changed everything. I just used the threads I had. I'll tell you what, this blue, I really like blue, can you tell? So this was not supposed to be blue, it was supposed to be a goldish color, and that was not supposed to be pink. Look at that little tiny, 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 tiny mouse right there. She's so beautiful. I just love her. And what Chrissy doesn't know, I don't know Chrissy. You know, us Flosstubers talk about each other like we know each other. What Chrissy doesn't know is that my last name is Ratliff, and I have a rat in my name. And I'm a teacher, and so all my life as a teacher, I've had little mice and little rats in my classroom everywhere, and I have them in my home everywhere. And my children were called Rat in high school and middle school, and they embraced it. And then when I find anybody who does tiny little mice, like a Tiny Modernist has some mice that she does. And I just love mice. And so when I found Chrissy and saw these beautiful stitches she does, by the way, she has a Flosstube, but you need to go see it. Finally a Farm Girl. She's just so pleasant. Oh my goodness. She's not quite as loud as I am. Bless her heart. So that's it. Another finish. Pumpkin Patch by Stitching with the Housewives. Isn't that great? I changed, I'll tell you what I stitched that with in just a minute. It's the orange that I really liked and the blues. I'll tell you the oranges and the blues that I use. I also finished this. This is part of Home is Where the Wreath Is. There we go. Home is Where the Wreath Is. Probably September. Last night, I coffee tea dyed some Ada. I watched Stitching with Housewives has a video on coffee tea dyeing. I changed it up a little because I had to go with what I had. I had some oolong black tea, and I put probably 5 cups of water in just a regular pan, boiled it, put the tea in there, wait until it boiled, and then put it on simmer, and then I poured a cup of coffee in there. They use instant coffee because it dissolves in the water, and I didn't have instant coffee, so I just poured a cup of coffee in there. And then you you leave it in there and you let it simmer for like 20 or 30 minutes. And then you take it out, scrunch it up. I mean, watch their video, but you take it out, scrunch it up, have pastry paper on a cookie sheet, and put it in the oven at 200 for like 20 to 30 minutes on each side. I thought, well, I have nothing to lose because I had some Ada cloth that, I mean, if I ruined it, it would be okay. It's never okay to ruin cloth, but you know what I mean. I didn't pay $30 or anything. So I was kind of happy how it turned out. I was dyeing this for the winter, summer, spring, and fall seasons of the heart. And I dyed them all at once, but I'm going to start on winter. I'm going to start on winter. Country Stitchers Online. I should never film at 5 o'clock in the morning. Y'all need to watch Bougie Stitchers. They're sisters. And let's see, their latest episode, they filmed at 11 o'clock at night. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. So you should not film late at night, girls, and you should not film at 5 in the morning. They're so funny, and they couldn't be any different. I don't have siblings, so yeah, spoiled, rotten, only child. But they are hilarious, night and day. And they keep talking about, you know, how chilly it is where they are. Come on. Chilly. I just went outside. It's like 78. Okay, I was talking about fabric that I coffee tea dyed using a Stitching with Housewives channel. Their tutorial on that. So here's one piece. I am excited. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I'm so excited. And they said that the longer you leave it in the oven, of course you don't want to burn it, and it will burn because Chelsea said she's had experience with that. So it will burn, but I left it in there 30 minutes on each side. And so there you go. There's one piece. This one is really like done across that way, but then the back is like that. So if you just want a little bit, if you want a lot there, if you want a little bit there. This is 14 count Ada. Here's another one. Now they don't rinse there, so if you smell this, it smells like coffee. And then here's another one. So yay. I would say be very careful. Now this is a piece of linen of unknown origin. I think it was meant to be a placemat. It's one in a stash that my cousin gave me. I think it was meant to be a placemat because it has little lines across here, all the way across it. But I want to sew something on it. It has a lot of slubs, which are like gatherings of thread in certain places. But I think it turned out fabulous. There's one side. There's the other that's a little bit lighter, but I love this dark side. And I'm gonna stitch something on it. I'm sure it was meant for cross stitch, but it's very slubby. So see, like there's a slub right there. There's lots of them. I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on that, but I'll figure something out. And I did iron them and I did starch them. I don't know if you're supposed to starch, but I starched them because it was really, really hard after I baked them in the oven. Chelsea and Priscilla do not rinse them. So I didn't rinse them, and because you don't rinse them, they're really crinkly. And so I put starch and I ironed them several times with steam. And they do, I know they do shrink a little bit, but that's okay. So let's go into my newly kitted up things since I just talked about that. I just showed you Season of the Heart Winter. I kitted that up. This is my bag I made for summer camp this summer, Colorado Stitcher. And look, I put a card in here with information on it. I used the DMC, but I did have a fancy floss. I had artichoke and I had oilcloth. There's only one that I couldn't find the DMC conversion, and that was Weeks Dye Works Carolina Cecil. And I think it's a, if I remember right, it's a reddish color. So I'll find something that goes with it. I bought these new floss drops on, I'm going to start making my own, but I didn't know how to make them until I watched a tutorial the other day. I didn't know you could use like cardboard, and I thought they had to be plastic. So, you know, learn something every day. So I bought these little things on Amazon, floss drops, and I just put a piece of tape and then used permanent marker over the tape. So here's my floss. It looks so pretty right now. My floss never looks this pretty, y'all. So just have a look. Aren't those pretty colors though? That's winter. Seasons of the Heart by, I'm pretty sure, Country Stitches. They have an online store. That's that. And then another one that I kitted up, because I had those finishes I had to kit up, right? I had, what, 4 finishes? So, yeah. I kitted up Candy Corn and Pumpkin, by Stitches with Ethel. Look at that. Look at that. Notice the mouse. I have a mouse problem. So there's that one. What did I use? I used Call for DMC. And then I remembered that I have a little machine that will print out these. It's called Dymo Letra Tag. There it is. You can print it. See how wide that is? Like there's my finger. I guess that's 1/2 inch wide. So you can print anything, letters, words, numbers, anything. So there's my little needle threader. I probably won't use it, but so there they are. Autumn, look at that. Doesn't that look like some kind of melon that you like, I don't know, cantaloupe or something? It's beautiful. So candy corn and pumpkin. I will stitch that in in October, and I will finish that in October. I hope. Another one I kitted up. Oops. What is this? Everything's a surprise. Oh, yeah. This is by Cotton Pixels, 3D Acorn Mouse. I got this at Johnson City. I'll put it below. Oh, what's it called? Cross stitch. I'll put it below. I'm so sorry. I forgot the name of the place. But it's a cute little cross stitch store in Johnson City. It's the one that the Proper Stitcher has been to several times for like a meet and greet. And my husband drives a race car, and he's a chaplain at drag races. And I went there a couple of videos ago. I talked about it. I went there, and it's in this really old building. You ride this elevator up, and the elevator opens up into the store. It's really cool. And the woman that I met that day she and her husband live in the little place. They've got a separate part that they live in. It's really cool. It's really cool. So I've only been to like maybe 3 cross-stitch stores in my life. One is Needle Orts in Apopka near me, not near me, 45 minutes away. And Brick City Stitchers I've been to once, and that's like an hour away in Ocala, right? Yes, on my way to Gainesville to the racetrack. And then this one is in Johnson City. So that's a little mouse. Catch the theme? And I have my own colors for that, and I'm going to stitch it on this fabric. Oh, I wish I knew the name of this. I'll find the name and then I'll put it in the little description. It's very holy. See, it's very see-through. Probably 25 count. Most of what I have is like in the 20s. I have some 32s. This is probably 25 count. And this is real straw-ish, like that other one that I didn't like. But what I'm going to do with this one is after I'm done with him, I'm going to put some interfacing in there and line this, and then I'll stuff it. So I hope to finish him in October. But I will show this one because I'm coming along. I'm making this for a Christmas present for someone in my family. And this is Texas. So there you go. It's cute, isn't it? I think it's 14 count Ada. Should I hold it longer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is by a company. It's a funny name. It's not a funny name. It's just it's not real representative of what it is. The name of the company is One of a Kind Baby Design. And I got it online. I'm using Call for DMC on that one. So that's one whip. Then I'm almost done with the M in the Home is Where the Wreath Is by Stitching with Housewives. This is a beast. There's my M. It's a beast. I just have that much more to go. Stitching like full coverage is what this feels like. Not for me. There's some boo-boos. But it's okay. They're not bad. I have one more finish. Oh, I showed you. I showed you earlier in the video. This is the O. And then I'll be done. I'll be done with the H. I'll have my O for this month and the M and the E. And then I can I don't know how I'm going to finish it, but I'll figure something out. Oh, I do know how I'm going to finish it. I found, you know, where Hobby Lobby, you can find these like things that are like maybe that long, and they're metal and they're like scrolled. I thought about doing it on that, so I'll show you next time. And something I forgot, I bought this recently to put a finish on. I got this at the dollar store for $7, which is ironic because it's called the dollar store. And I'm going to put that pumpkin patch on here. And in my Fun Friday finishes, my Fabulous Fun Friday finish videos, I started it saying I was going to finish this one in that video, and ended up finishing 3 other things and not this one. So check out those videos if you want. So I have some haul. Take another drink of coffee. I have some haul. I was online shopping and didn't pay attention. I'm sure y'all don't do that. Online shopping, didn't pay attention. And I wanted some red silk because it's hard to find a red that I really like. I don't like super bright red. I don't like pinkish red. I like a burgundy-ish red. And I found this silk and I bought it, but I wasn't paying attention, and it's called a hank. And see, this is just half of it, y'all. That's half of it. I love this red. For instance, here's a bright red. See the difference? I really love this. It's silk. Paid quite a bit for it, but this is enough to last my entire lifetime. So anytime I use red, this is my go-to. This is my go-to. But in my search for hank, oh, I was going to tell you, what's the name of the company I got that from? Silk for You. It's online. Silk for You. Then I got this. I got like a package of sort of pinks and reds by, I think this is Soie d'Alger, A-L-G-E-R. It came in a package of 5. So here they are. Pinks and reds. So I like those. Pinks and reds. There you go. They're pretty. I'm just experimenting because my needlework places are not close. And with gas like it is, I just am not gonna trek that far. So I just order, every once in a while, just order something online and see what it is. And one day I'll run into what I like. I am on the waiting list for, what's it called? StitchCon. So we found out October 5th, whether we really did make it in, you know. I know I got in the first 2 minutes. So it was lunchtime at school. It was like a minute before the bell. And I set my thing. And I told my kids what I was doing. And I said, y'all come over here and help me do this really fast. Because, you know, kids know how to like log into things really fast. So yeah, I had all my information ready, my PayPal account and names and all that kind of stuff. So I did get in the first 2 minutes. So I'm hoping I get an invoice and get to go to StitchCon. I've never been to a retreat. And I can't wait to meet other people. I think I'm going to design myself a t-shirt that says something about Pam's pinned comment. Yeah, I'm just going to have a t-shirt that says, I got on Pam's pinned comment, or I made Pam's pinned comment. Let's see. Haul. Oh, here's the silk. Here's where I got the hank. Right there. Online. I have some more haul. When I saw this, I said, I have to stitch this. My dad passed away when I was 35. He was a very special person. And I found this antique sampler reproduction called I Had a Father Kind and True, Alice Clark, 1844, by Cross Stitch Antiques. I have to do this. I'm obsessed. There you go. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's big because this one was done on 46 count. I can't do 46. I shouldn't say I can't. Never say can't. I'm not doing 46 count. Probably going to do 32 or 36. I don't know the fabric I'm doing it on yet. But I splurged and I bought 100-3 silks. They're in little spools. And I saw Brenda and the Serial Stitcher, another Flosstube, two other Flosstubers I listen to. And talk about night and day with those two girls. You think they're sisters. I don't think they are. They're best friends, you can tell. But night and day. Yeah, night and day. Beautiful women. And they go to lots of retreats. I think they went to StitchCon, or one of them went to StitchCon. Both of them went to StitchCon. I think they both went. So I hope they're going again. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, they talk about 100-3 silk threads. So because of them, I ordered all the silk threads for this. And it says in it, I had a father, kind and true, who always watched over and encouraged me. No, that's what the person who did it. Kathleen Littleton is a designer who did this. Where are the words? Oh, here they are. Now, this is done by a young person, so some of the words are misspelled, and I think it's British. I had a father, kind and true, whose face no more I see. Ye who have father kind to you, a moment think on me. Why should we mourn departed friends or shake at death's alarm? 'Tis but the voice that Jesus sends to call us to his arms. And set the Lord still in my sight and trust him over all, for he doth stand at my right hand, therefore I shall not fall. Alice Clark, work aged 14 in the year of our Lord, 1844. Precious. This is going to be a family heirloom, and this I will pay to have framed. I'll spend the 100 and whatever to have that framed. So that's another haul. I also got another Matilda from Chrissy, finally a farm girl. Chrissy doesn't know that I'm a teacher, so I would think that Chrissy did this just for me, but Chrissy doesn't know me. There we go. It's called Matilda Goes to School. There she is, and she has little mice students. Oh my goodness. I shall stitch that for myself for Christmas, so this will be a December stitch. And then I got Scarecrow Matilda, which I'll do next month. I have this small and the two others that I talked about earlier, small-ish things that I'm going to stitch. But let me just tell you about little Matilda. Here's Matilda, Scarecrow Matilda. I'm stitching her for the fall. Finally a farm girl, Chrissy is her name. This is no joke right here. That's lots of stitches. So it may be small-ish, but it takes a while to do all the stitches. And it's so pretty. Crows. What is it about crows? I really like crows. I really like crows. And she has a little button on her hat. Oh, golly. Just good grief. Chrissy, you got a good thing going there. Y'all check her out. She has an Etsy shop, and she's in shops all over now. Like, she went to Needlepoint Expo, and a lot of people have and advertise her pieces there. I like to buy straight from her, you know, straight from her. Is that all my haul? I got this. This is just a calendar book. A lot of people use Book of Days, and that's great. I got this at Office Depot, and I started organizing my flossy stuff. So in here, right in here, I put the 3 charts that do the DMC equivalents from, I found them online. Stitches and Things. I think it was Stitches and Things. I got a Weeks Dye Works to DMC conversion I found online. Just type that in and you'll find it somewhere. Weeks Dye Works to DMC. This Gentle Arts to DMC. 2 pages. I thought there was another, but there's not. So I put those in this front cover of my little calendar. Okay, well, that's going to take 10 years. And then I also put some of these cards that I'm going to start writing my pieces on. And I'll as I'm stitching them, I'll keep them in the bag that I'm stitching them in, my project bags. But as I finish, I'm just gonna pile them in here and then figure out where I'm gonna put them after that. So I got this at Office Depot. And it's a 2-year thing. It has this year from September, I believe. It has this year from July till December. And the pages are big enough to put stickers in. I used to, what's it called? Scrapbook. And so I have all these stickers left over. So I put some stickers in October. There's some stickers in October. And I found different birthdays of people, you know, in my family, like 10/4. 10/4 is my daughter's birthday, so I put a kitty cat there. So I stickered it up last night. Here's December. I put a bunch of stickers in there early, but this is what I'm going to keep my cross stitching in. So it goes from July 2022, and then it, excuse me, and then it goes to 2023. For instance, here's May 2023. Yes, I already put stickers in it. And then at the back, I listed every chart I have. Every chart. Hang on. I've been doing this 3 years. So I put every chart. There they are. Every chart. And then I made a little list of, like on the side, I put the numbers. I have 61 charts, and current WIPs are in yellow. And there's a couple more that I can add. And then finished are pink. I'll highlight it in pink when it's finished. And then circled, if you'll notice, I have some circled. Circled are what I put in my WIPGO. I made a WIPGO board, and I just started it. So you're supposed to start WIPGO in January. But as the girl who does it, oh my lordy, I'll put her name right here. I forget the girl who started WIPGO. But WIPGO is just a way to keep up with your projects, to get them finished, to not work on the same thing all the time. And so anyway, I looked at a bunch of people's WIPGO boards because I didn't understand it when I first saw it. And then I put in 25 projects. Now, like 5 of the projects I put in like 3 different times. So my WIPGO board isn't 25 different projects. It's just 25 times to stitch on certain projects. And my WIPGO board looks like this. And even though it's supposed to start, like I'm starting next month, so whatever she calls, I'll start next month. And you go to the 2, she'll call 2 numbers, and then you go to those 2 numbers and stitch on those things. And you make your own goals, or your board, your goals. And my goals, pretty much, I looked at a bunch of them online and found that a lot of people, for their goals, put like stitch on this for 5 days. Stitch on this for 5 days, or stitch on this for the whole month or whatever. So I put 5 days for a lot of things. And then it doesn't mean I can't stitch on other things. It just means a specific project I'm going to stitch on. So I won't just stitch on what's on here, but this will make me stick to getting things finished that are kind of long term. Because I have the animals, you know, the A Year in the Woods. I think it's A Year in the Woods. Animals, raccoon and rabbit and ferret and such. And they're not super big, but I just can't get myself to start them. So I put them on this WIPGO board, and that way I'll make myself start them. That's my WIPGO board. And that's my sort of new organization. And I haven't started writing in the months yet, but starting next month, I'll write in my stitching for that month. And I probably won't stick to time. I'll try and stick to what I stitched on what day, but I'm not that super organized. So maybe I'll just do it weekly at first and we'll see how that goes. So I'm excited to finally be somewhat organized. You certainly couldn't tell by the way this room looks. I'm also working on binding a quilt. I was gonna have my quilts in a separate video, but I've lost my quilt. Oh, there it is. I'll show you my quilt. I just have one quilt to show you. I quilted it on my long arm. So I'll just show you it from the top down. There we go. My dog is down here. There's some more. It's big. There's some more. And I made that quilt during the pandemic because I didn't have anything to do, and I cross-stitched a little, but I hadn't really started doing that very much. Tebow, move over, honey. That quilt is made from thrift store shirts, repurposed, that I cut up. All different kinds of fabrics, rayon, cotton, all different kinds of things. And it worked just fine. Each row in that, I did it, the pattern was from a girl, Sugary Dew. She has a YouTube channel and a Facebook and Instagram and everything. Sugary Dew. She's from the Netherlands. And sweet little gal. Oh my goodness. And each row was a different technique. We learned a different technique in quilting. All kinds of techniques. Applique, just paper piecing, all kinds. And so that was a really fun quilt to do, especially during lockdown. So I'm proud to have finished that. One day I'll bind it. So I think that's all. The long show. I'm excited that you stuck it out till the end. Thank you. Please subscribe and like. If you don't know how to subscribe and like, ask a young person. They can tell you, because I had to do that too. Thank you so much. Would appreciate it if you'd give me a shout out. If you're a floss tuber, I'll give you a shout out. Let's shout out at each other. I don't know how to promote myself. Like I'm not going to go to somebody else's floss tube and say, I'm a floss tuber. I did it one time to Bougie Sisters because they asked. They said, you know, tell us if you're a floss tuber. So I said, I'm a floss tuber. But, you know, I don't know how to promote myself. So I would appreciate it if you would promote me if you're a floss tuber. And shout outs to, who are some that I listen to? Sweetwater Stitcher. What a cute gal. Y'all know her? Sweetwater Stitcher. She's in Jacksonville, Florida, I believe. Brick City is her LNS that she goes to sometimes. And she goes to one in Jacksonville. She's just so sweet. All these young cross stitchers, I'm so happy to see them all. It's wonderful. Of course, Christy, Finally a Farm Girl, Bougie Sisters, Bougie Stitchers. Just Keep Stitching, Proper Stitcher, Annie. Oh golly. There's a new one that I found. I think it's Stitching with Faye, F-A-E. Oh my goodness, this woman is beautiful. She just has this long, beautiful black hair. She has teenagers, so I'm assuming she's in her 30s, maybe. She's beautiful. Stitching with Faye. Look her up. She did like a parade the other day of all her stitching. She's been stitching a long time. I mean, her stack was like this big, and they're all beautiful. They're all ironed. I mean, oh my goodness, y'all need to check her out. She's so fun to watch. It has a beautiful accent. Oh my gosh. I love listening to people with accents. Like, okay, here we go off in a tangent. Like, Mama Loves You GB. Mama Loves You GB is from Wales, I think. She's in Wales, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mama Loves Me GB. She is so fun to watch and listen to because she has an accent. I'm just enamored by people with accents. It's really cool. I have my little southern redneck accent, and I'm proud of it. I'm going to stop talking now. Y'all have a great day, a great week, and a great life. Bye. See you later.